HYROX Delhi 2026 was an absolute banger of an event, and in today's episode of Storytime Sundays, I'm sharing my views on what went right and what is there to improve for me personally and in the race experience, and what I'm looking forward to in my future races. Before I start today's Yap session, I would request you to please subscribe, like, and just comment anything that comes to mind because honestly, I'm trying to make good content here on YouTube as well. You may not get a lot of dopamine from watching these videos, but that is the idea, just so that you can actually know about my own experiences. I try to keep it as authentic and genuine as possible, so I don't use a script, I don't use any fancy editing, and generally try to build a real sense of community here. So without any further ado, let's get started with today's video. So HYROX Delhi 2026 was my second HYROX event, and this time again I participated in the men's doubles open category with my friend Karmanya. And I think we both are like really strong athletes. I think he's like a really strong runner, and that is why we both decided that we'll take part together. We both actually trained for this HYROX event because, of course, with Grand X Studio opening up and a lot of new hype coming to HYROX, I think it was a really great experience. Like last time I registered for HYROX, I registered like a week before my actual race day. Like I remember that HYROX was supposed to be on July 19th of 2025. I probably registered on July 12th, and that was just 4 days before my self-supported Ironman 70.3 attempt. So if you've been following the journey, you would know that at the age of 16 on my 16th birthday, I did my self-supported Ironman 70.3 attempt, and that was just like 4 days after my HYROX. So HYROX was like genuinely a warm-up event for me last year, but this time I genuinely wanted to give my best shot, get a really good time, and just experience the entire thing, the entire training block, just experience the entire race event, and just have a lot of fun. So before our actual race day, Karmanya and I did a quick double simulation as well. So we did a full HYROX as part of Grand X Studios HYROX challenge, and over there we completed in the time of 124 something, and I think that is a really great time for us because we are because our eventual goal was to go sub 125, and in the simulation we were able to hit that. And when we arrived to the venue, genuinely we both were really excited because of course this time there were more than 15,000 people who were there at HYROX Delhi compared to last time there were only around 4,000 including spectators. So it was just absolutely crazy how big this event is scaled up and how quickly the fitness community is growing. So we go over there, we meet a lot of crazy people, a lot of good fitness content creators, a lot of people who look absolutely shredded. So I think it's also really inspiring to see so many people from across the country and even across the world. They come here to participate in HYROX. So just seeing them and the level of enthusiasm that each one of them brings, it is always a surreal feeling. Our race was on Sunday, which is like the third day of the HYROX event. It was a 3-day event, and low key on Friday and Saturday, because I didn't go and a lot of my friends and a lot of people on Instagram were participating, I was genuinely feeling so much FOMO that I'm not at the race venue. And I feel this time I only participated in one race. I think in the future when the HYROX comes, I definitely want to participate in the relay as well. Our race was on Sunday. Our wave was around 6:20 p.m. So towards the absolute end. And because I was feeling so much FOMO, I decided to reach the race venue very early. I reached around 1 or 2 p.m. And my dad and his doubles partner were also competing, and their wave was at the same time as ours. So I think both of us could line up our nutrition and warm up accordingly. But overall, I think I'm really glad that I arrived to the race venue pretty early because it generally was so fun interacting with a lot of different people and seeing everybody complete the HYROX stations. Okay, now finally coming to how the race actually went. So for us, before I tell you what time we actually finished in, I'll just go station by station and how everything went. We entered the warm-up area around 15 to 20 minutes before our race started. I think that's pretty normal. Our nutrition was absolutely dialed in. It was like pretty perfect. We had got like rice and everything from home because over there, while there is food, I don't trust it that much, obviously, because home food is always better and we know what we're actually putting in our body. And of course, there were a lot of different electrolytes, there were a lot of salt caps and everything because the past 2 days I heard that a lot of people were cramping up, a lot of people were having like several issues for which they were unable to finish or like had a lot of different setbacks. So I think we built from that experience, and therefore we were having like a lot of salt capsules as well. I think that really helped us prevent any cramps during a race. So we start the race, we're in the Red Bull tunnel, always like a crazy feeling. You're low-key feeling like a F1 car because so many fit people around you and you're just like ready to go, your muscles are pumping, the adrenaline is going on in your head. So it's really a crazy feeling. So we're in the Red Bull tunnel. I think my mom and my sister were also there to support me this time, and I think that is always a really special feeling. It always means a lot when your family and your friends come out to support you. And I think this time I really wanted to see both of them see me participate in this kind of endurance and habit event for the first time, and just make them proud and like and show them like what I've been training for over the past like 2 or 3 months. Karmanya and I decided that if we want to achieve a goal time of 125, we'll have to run around a pace of 6 minutes. And I think that was like a pretty good discussion we had, because 6 minutes is a pace that both of us can comfortably manage. But as soon as the first run like ended, we were feeling good. Of course, we were trying to keep it like conservative, of course, because it's the first run. But of course, the adrenaline was pumping a lot, so we did like a 5:30 lap, if I'm not mistaken. And after that, we went on to the ski erg, so that's the first station. Everybody told us to go very conservative on the ski erg. We were aiming for around like a 4 minute ski erg before, but then later we decided to adjust it to 4:30. But even though we decided that we'll go 4:30, our time came like sub 4. Like it was actually 3:56 or something. So that strategy absolutely like went in the water. But anyways, the second run, of course, we felt like a lot slower than we were supposed to. We did like a 7 minute lap, and I think that was the pace we maintained throughout the event. We maintained 7 minutes, even though we both are strong runners. Like I can run like a sub 2 half marathon, and Karmanda can even run a sub 25k. We both are strong runners, but we couldn't go below 7 minutes, and I think that is the biggest room that we need to improve for both of us in our upcoming HYROX events, both doubles and solo. Because at the end of the day, you are going to spend the majority of your time running, and as efficient and as strong as you can get on the running stations, that is the best way to improve your time. Then we move on to the sled push. We're trying to go conservative there also, because in the simulation we went out too fast on a sled push, and then the next one after that was completely destroyed. We finished the sled push in around 1:38, which was really fast for us, and very similar to the time we did in the simulation. So sled push was absolutely, I think, one of our best stations, which is completely polar opposite than last time. Then we move on to sled pull. Sled pull was a decent event, because sled pull, like, we decided to split it half and half, because it was both of our weak stations. We decided to go like one length at a time, like one person has one length, because of course the transition for sled pull is not very efficient, but we both were able to do that really well. The first length for me, I think I was like a bit slow, but in the second length I remember that this is like my last length, this is what I've been training for, and this is the time to really show off all the power I've like made up in my training. It's like the last line, start to really show off what I can do on a sled pull. So I decided to like really push through my sled pull and get like a good time for a sled pull as well. I don't remember exactly, but it was like a pretty good station compared to last time especially. The other stations, burpees, lunges, farmer's carry, they were all like pretty good, pretty decent. I think there was no particular weakness over there. But if I'm being like really honest, I think I personally have to improve on the farmer's carry. Even though if I improve on the farmer's carry, I'll probably only save like 10 or 20 seconds. But that's a station where I thought I feel really confident, but I just couldn't like run with the kettlebells. I don't know why, because last time I could do that. I could do that in the simulation. I could do that in training, but on race I just couldn't run with them. I was able to walk with them pretty comfortably, and Karmanda was able to jog with them, but I was just like, I was pretty gassed on the farmer's carry. So that's a station where I definitely need to improve. But lunges, I think both of us were really confident, because it's one of the last stations, and we knew that if we want to achieve a goal time, this is a station where we have to go extremely hard. I think I missed out on rowing. I think rowing was a really good station for us. We divided it like 250, 300, and 200. So I think that was a really good split. We did that on the ski erg as well, and I think that was really good. The spectating area around the rowing stations was especially good, so a lot of good clips from there. You can see it on my Instagram, and just a good experience. All of the stations were pretty good. There was no particular station which was like a main weakness. I think only running was the main issue over there. And by the time we reached our wall ball station, which was our last station, we had already done like 124. So at that point we basically knew that we aren't going to like meet our time of 125. And I think one of the biggest reasons that this happened was because we didn't account for the rock zone in our simulation, because the rock zone adds like a kilometer on its own. So if we don't add the rock zone, if we don't add the time where we're actually like having like hydration breaks or something, that is something we didn't account for in the simulation. And I think that is where we finally finished in the time of 128. So even though time increased by 4 minutes compared to the simulation, I think if you account for the extra added kilometer basically of the rock zone, I think that makes a lot of sense why our time was slightly over our goal target. Our wall balls actually were pretty good. I think we finished in a time of like 4 minutes. So really strong station there, and so happy to cross the finish line and improve my previous time of 146. So big jump, and I'm so grateful to everybody who supported me on this journey so far. After HYROX, I think there was even more fun because we got to meet people like Anmol, Rana, and everybody. So always a pleasure to meet everybody. I got this like compression t-shirt for myself. I got this one and the similar design in another color. So I think I'm going to be like wearing those in my training sessions from now. But really pumped for HYROX Mumbai now. I'm debuting in the solo category. So I don't know what time I should aim for right now. Maybe 140. If you have any suggestions like which time I should go for, like as my goal time, please leave it in the comments below. I'm going to read every comment and reply to them, obviously. So maybe 140, but we'll see where it goes. I'll start my training from Monday. So if you're watching this video on Sunday, so the next day I'm going to start my training. And after that, because HYROX has announced HYROX Gujarat and HYROX Noida as well, I might participate in them both. In fact, in HYROX Gujarat, I'm thinking I'll do Prolo So. I'll do solo pro in the pro. I'll do solo in the pro category. So I think that's going to be a really exciting event. I think in November I don't have exams or any other commitments, so I might just do pro in November in Gujarat. But really excited for this HYROX season. I think first is done. Mumbai, too, I'm definitely doing, and Gujarat and Noida also is something I'm looking forward to. Thank you so much everybody for watching, and stay tuned for the next videos. I'm also uploading shorts every single day on my YouTube channel now, so check them out and just more content for you guys. And I hope you enjoyed today's video, and thank you so much for watching. Peace.